Morty, wake up. You're going to be a football star, Morty.
What?
It's a sport you play with your foot and a ball. Offside. It's football.
You mean soccer?
Yeah, sure, depending on where this ad is airing. Get up.
Rick, what is this?
Consensual science, Morty. They want to give you boons for your adventure.
I am Mohammed Salah. From me, you will receive the gift of dribbling and finishing.
And I, Vivianne Miedema, grant you the power of the striker and speed with or without the ball, as well as the ability to eat traditional Dutch cuisine.
Like what kind
Raw herring. You'll want herring.
Adidas X Speed Portal, multi-dimensional speed, carbon fiber sole plate. This shoe has an extensive list of marketing terms, Morty.
Why are you doing this?
Why does anyone do anything for free sandwiches in the press area, Morty? Now go win the International Unlicensed Cup.
Wow, a kid just dropped onto the field.
Mit seinen schlanken Ärmchen sieht er aus wie eine Handepuppe. Miedema, la passe pour Puppet Boy. Außer là, und tête à Puppet Boy. Jetzt ist ein Puppet Man.
Morty Smith, you're the best player on earth and you can have anything. What do you want next?
I want raw herring! Why am I eating this? Rick, you were right. I love being a football star, and I feel so fulfilled.
Nope, Morty's with too much self-actualization upset the dynamic. We have a TV show, Morty. Gotta reset.
Rick, where did you send them?
No idea, Morty. They could be anywhere.
Can I at least have some of that sandwich?
No.
Hello and welcome everybody. Of course we are following those four world-class footballers, Salah, Miedema, Rick and Morty. I am Vince La Rosa, Mariano Trujillo, former Mexico international defender, former Liga MX, former MLS. You're a superstar.
No, I am not, but I'm very happy to be here. Look at the atmosphere around us. The mountain is a background, a soccer field, a barber, a lot of kids playing soccer, a soccer ball, of course. I was just thinking if I can get one of those boots, if I can be as fast as Mo Salah, maybe I can have one, maybe 2 more years as a pro player. We'll see.
Maybe. 6 months? No,
All
I'm
right,
kidding.
15 minutes. I'll be okay with 15 minutes.
I would take 15 minutes right now in a heartbeat. But this is a very special event. As Mariano said, we're coming at you from a secret location above the Burbank Hills where we have an actual soccer field 5 stories above the ground. And why are we here? Well, we're here for the 2022 Mexico World Cup kit launch, as well as boot pack launch, and there it is.
Look at that.
The Mexico
That's
World
a
Cup.
beauty.
What's the first thing you think of when you see that kit?
Well, so many things, Vince. It's just, I look at it and it's emotion, it's frustration sometimes, it's disappointment, but most of all, hope. Every time I see a new kit for the Mexican national team, it's a new beginning to accomplish something that you haven't in the World Cup.
I see a beautiful mix of modern and
There you
classic.
go.
I mean, I love El Tree back in green.
It is. I think you nailed it. You know, we had different colors. A lot of fans were like, we want the green one. The black one was amazing. A lot of tradition with the black one, but the green is their color.
Oh, is that why you wore that?
That is why, of course. The green is their color.
Well, Mariano and I will have plenty of time to talk about that Mexico World Cup kit all throughout this, but there is a lot going on. As we already alluded to, there's the 5v5 football field. We've got stations. We've got a retail store with Adidas. Obviously, there's the boot pack that you can check out. There's the World Cup ball that they're going to use at Qatar. There's the new boot pack. We've got ProSoccer.com is here selling. There's a barber. And
There's a DJ, of course.
There's a DJ. I'm not going to give anything away, but that barber might be prominent later in the show.
Hey, what's up, Byron?
There he is. And there's the field. Laufa has been out here playing a tournament. There's a little bit of money on the line.
Oh, really?
For these kids.
How much?
$2,500.
I have my boots right there.
$2,500.
Oh.
But here's what's been
Do I
going
have
on
time?
all day. We already had the goal accuracy and radar gun challenges. That Adidas retail pop-up shop is going all throughout the event, 4 to 8 p.m. The barber as well, 4 to 8 p.m. by All Hail Studios. Nancy Avestion, 6 to 8 p.m. She's a freestyler. She's going to show you some around the world.
Oh, she's pretty good. I've seen her. She's pretty good. Yeah.
Do you think you could do at least one trick?
I'll try. Okay.
Yeah. And of course,
We'll
that 5v5 football tournament's going on with Los Angeles United Football Academy, who's a pretty good academy. I know you keep an eye on the young kids because you're scouting for I know MLS teams call you. I know Liga MX teams call you.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe. You never know. Look, when you're involved in soccer and you see this type of events, you want to be around the players, around the game, around the kids. And I've seen some pretty good things over there on the field. I was excited. It's like, well, do I have a chance? And they look at me like, no, you're kind of old for us. But I was like, all right, I guess.
Man, if they think you're kind of old and you're a former professional, they must look at me. They don't even see me. They just look right past.
All right.
But you know who we can't look past is a third member of our team today. It's Amanda Philemon. She's a co-host of Angels Wear Boots with us every Monday. Hey, Amanda, how you doing?
I am doing great, you guys. It is so nice to be here. This is such a fantastic event. And let me tell you, the Burbank Hills are alive with the sound of football out here. It is an incredible atmosphere. And I know you guys are pretty happy that the sun has started to set and a little of that heat has gone away.
Yeah, we were just about to say you look cool, not just because you're cool, but because it has cooled down a little bit. But you're kind of mingling. What are people most excited about? One thing off the top.
I think most people are going to be really excited about the guest that I am going to interview right now. Who I have with me is Nancy Avestion, football extraordinaire, who does some pretty incredible things with her feet, and you can see it here today. Nancy, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Of course, I'm happy to be here. And
all right, now, you've clearly been doing this for a long time. Can you tell us, at what age did you start to develop this skill, and how long has it taken you to kind of get to this level of talent?
I have been playing soccer my entire life. Officially started playing soccer on a team when I was 6 years old. So I'd say, like, really honestly, my whole life has been built up to this moment where I am right now today, playing at the top level. So it's been a blessing to...
That's pretty amazing. Now, you were born in Southern California. You are a very proud Armenian who plays for the Armenian national team. And you've seen the impact of football across all walks of life. What can you tell us about why this sport has resonated with so many people across the world?
Yeah, I mean, soccer is the world sport, and being able to play soccer, I've traveled the world and been around all sorts of people, different walks of life, but what brings us together is soccer, and it's beautiful to see, and I'm happy to be a part of the Armenian national team, and LA is really the hub of it all, and it's beautiful to see and be a part of it and see the growth here locally in our hometown.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. It is such a beautiful game. And my last question is there any way you can maybe show us just a little bit of that amazing talent that you do have?
Sure, maybe I could do a little freestyle.
I would think everyone would love to see that. Woo, tight quarters, Nancy. Man, you are so good. You are so impressive. I couldn't even do those with my hands, let alone my feet. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sure everybody, it's just sure as a treat to see you out here performing. All right, guys, let's send it back to Vince and Mariano. All right.
Thank you, Amanda. We'll get more from her later. Speaking of tight quarters, we have mentioned we're also 5 stories up. How many touches before you or I boots it into the street?
I will say maybe 2 or 3 based on of the videos that I've seen from you and the different challenges in this area. So I would say 2 or 3. I will go 4.
Yeah,
just one more.
I was a pace and power player, or I wasn't a technical player. I had a lot of tactics. You know, I didn't think about the tips and tricks. But Nancy is incredible. Honestly, she had just like 1 yard around her, and
that's pretty hard. And I've seen her doing her tricks. I've seen her on the field. She's pretty amazing. She's pretty good, and well, it's amazing that we have her here.
It is amazing to have her here. And there's a lot of talented footballers here. We're going to talk more with these 5v5 players a little bit later. But I want to get back to the reason why we're here. And we are here for that 2002 Mexico World Cup kit. And the World Cup, 122 days away. Can you believe it?
Wow, it's around the corner. It feels like, oh, well, we still have a couple of months, but now you have to start getting ready. And there are kits over here, there are boots over here. You can go grab yours and be ready for the World Cup. And, of course, to support Mexico, right? That's what the World Cup is about.
Right. And the World Cup's about moments. And the reason why I slipped up on 2002, because I'm already thinking about a moment that came up in 2002 when my beloved Italy team was robbed. We should have won that World Cup, but we took it in 2006.
Okay.
But let's not talk about
sad moment.
what 2022 is going to be for Italy. So let's talk about some memorable moments throughout the past. You and I put a list together of some players that might have been under the radar until they played in the World Cup, and then everybody knew their name. And first and foremost, I think this guy really took off in 1994. Risto Stoichkov. He's a guy that is now a colleague of ours in a way. He works for TUDN. But back in the day, he was the guy for Bulgaria and really carried them in that 94 World Cup.
He's a celebrity in Bulgaria. He was a talented left-footed player. I enjoy watching him with Barcelona, with the Bulgarian national team. I remember him, of course, because Mexico lost in that World Cup against Bulgaria with a penalty of Risto Stoichkov. But the skill that I really like about Risto was his personality. When he was on the pitch, he was the guy, sending the message of "Give me the ball, I'll solve the problem." And I really appreciate and admire that in players.
Do you think I don't know if all of his teammates did. I feel like
well, there's always two sides, As a fan, you appreciate and you value that. Sometimes as a teammate, you're like, okay, slow it down a little bit. But it's part of being a winner.
I think for some of the younger fans, think Zlatan, but Bulgarian.
There you go.
That's exactly the type of player he was. Let's stick in 1994.
All right, I like that year.
Georgia Hagi, who in a lot of ways similar player, but playing for Romania instead of Bulgaria. Also knocked out some big teams in that tournament, but I think what we really remember is that goal against Colombia, coming off the touchline, seeing the goalkeeper. That goalkeeper, by the way, not cheating that much. He puts him top corner.
And he was Colombia. Remember that Colombian team beating Argentina and qualifying to the World Cup? Super easy. He was one of the favorites. And then Romania and George Hagi appeared to the Colombian side. That amazing goal, the celebration, moving the hands from one side to another. Pretty similar than Risto Stoichkov, a little bit more agile, I will say, but with an amazing left foot. I enjoy watching George Hagi.
Both these guys eventually played for big club teams, but this, again, is the magic of the World Cup because I think after this, everyone knew their names, not just people in Europe, not just people in Bulgaria, not just people in Romania. So I'm going to get to my pick, and people are going to scream at the screen right now. Zinedine Zidane, 1998.
Whoa.
And I know what you're thinking. Wait, that's just the Real Madrid coach.
That's a coach,
He didn't even play football. No, but what people got to remember is Zidane came to Juventus, and I think the fee back then was like $3 million.
And that was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot, but he was still kind of an unknown. 98 is where he really took over, and France did not qualify for the 94 World Cup. So even though they were hosting in 98, it wasn't a for sure thing. But the biggest thing I remember, though, is that beautiful Adidas kit. That's one of my favorite kits of all time.
It is without a doubt. But talking about Zinedine Zidane on the field, he's a tall guy. And it was pretty hard for a lot of people to see a guy with his height playing the way he was playing, handling the ball the way he was doing it, doing amazing tricks and so effortless. Zidane was without a doubt an icon of that French national team in the World Cup.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I think one thing people forget about, not just his height, but when he opened up those legs, he could get churning.
Yeah, of the helicopter and around the world. Amazing thing. And so effortless. As a defender, you were looking at Zinedine Zidane. It's like, okay, he's watching that way. And suddenly he was putting a pass right here with any effort. So it was amazing with Real Madrid and obviously with France.
So let's fast forward us to what I would say is kind of the modern era of the World Cup. And I think it starts with 2010, the South Africa World Cup. Andreas Iniesta, a player that I think if you just looked at him, like Zidane looks a little different than the way he plays.
Yeah.
Iniesta doesn't look like a soccer player at all.
At all. I had the privilege to interview Andres Iniesta a couple of times. If you see him on the field, he's like, okay, this guy is not a soccer player. If you're playing a pickup game, you will choose him. If you're not aware that he's a good or a bad player. But look at these images. Andres Iniesta in the World Cup, he scored the winning goal, but we all saw what Iniesta did with Barcelona. Pretty similar than Zinedine Zidane, same position. I think he was an underrated player because maybe he was playing with Lionel Messi, but to me, he should have won a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, he had to play with Xavi, Messi, Suarez, Neymar. And yet still he can stand above, and he'll always have that 116th minute winner against Netherlands to win the World Cup. Chat's getting at us. They're saying Hagi, very good pick. Carpathian Maradona. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was his nickname. What a nickname. What was your nickname?
My nickname? I don't know if I can say it here. Get it? No, I'm just kidding.
One of those?
No, I had curly hair, so they used to call me Chino in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, no, just MT19, you can call me.
Okay. Oh, look at you. You're going to have a logo by the end of this. All right, let's move on to our last one, and it's James Rodriguez from 2014. I looked this up, and I remember him because this is one we both shared where we said this guy was a star. He became a household name. He scored in every single game he played in that World Cup.
And that goal against Uruguay, right? It was amazing. It was artwork. The way he controlled the ball, being patient to let the ball come at the right height, the technique, everything was perfect. If I can have a picture of James Rodriguez performing that goal, I will place it right there in my room because it's artwork.
Yeah, I would think that our guest that was with Amanda, Nancy Avestion,
Oh.
the fact that he takes it down, doesn't let the ball touch the ground and hits it, I think she'd be pretty proud of some skills like that, some techers like that. So that was you and I just going back and forth on a couple of great breakout moments. But I want to take us back to El Tree and that beautiful green. And we're going to go to Amanda right now because she's with David Gubala of Adidas. And they're going to show us, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that Mexico World Cup kit for the 2022 World Cup. Amanda, what do you got?
Yes, like you said, I have David Gubala here with me. We are going to dive in to this kit and the inspiration and everything behind it and what makes it so amazing. So let me introduce everyone to David Gubala. Thank you for being here today, David.
Thank you so much for having us, Amanda. Appreciate it.
All right, so let's talk about this amazing Mexico World Cup kit and what inspired it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're super excited about the New Mexico jersey, the New Mexico launch. The number one thing that Mexican fans are probably going to be excited about is that the jersey is green, white, and red, paying homage to the Mexican flag. So the previous two iterations of the Mexican jersey were black-based with color pops. So this is a true return to the heritage and the tradition of Mexico. We really wanted to inspire the nation and really capture the spirits of the country of Mexico altogether with the rich culture and traditions it has. So the all-over graphic print that you see has a feathered serpent inspired by the Aztec kind of emperors that ruled the Mexican traditions in the past history. So we're super excited to bring this to life in the New Jersey, and it's a really vibrant look, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, obviously it is a beautiful kit, but let's talk about performance. Adidas is all about performance. What will the Mexican national team love about playing in this kit?
Yeah, absolutely. So this jersey will be featured on the world's biggest stage, the World Cup in Qatar. But one of the biggest technologies we're excited about is the Aero Ready technology, which is a moisture-wicking technology to really make the jersey feel as light as possible when there's players that are playing in high-performance matches in Qatar, in the World Cup, in U.S. friendlies. So really excited about that Aero Ready technology that's in this jersey.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great, it performs well, but how important was it, as you kind of already alluded to, for you to really kind of pinpoint the culture of Mexican spirit and culture as well?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, it's a World Cup year. This is the year that everyone in the world gets together as fans, as just people of the Mexican culture. So we're super excited about that. One thing that we're really excited about is the Mexican logo. So since 1930, the Mexican crest has been updated only 7 times. So this is a pretty significant update for us. It's much more modern, it's much more progressive, and it really reflects the strong culture and history that Mexico has in the world of soccer. So we're really, really excited how it turned out, and we can't wait to see it all over LA and the world.
Is there anything you can tell us about the Adidas logo as well and its changes?
Yes, yep, that was a big change. So globally, moving forward, we have updated our badge of sport performance logo to feature the 3 classic stripes. So we actually took out the watermark, and we feel this is going to make pretty big milestones just across the world with how sleek and clean it is. And it's going to get a lot of visibility in Qatar this winter.
Well, you guys did an excellent job. Thank you, David, for being here with us today and talking about this wonderful kit. We can't wait to see it on the big stage.
Of course. Thanks so much for having us, Amanda. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to head back to Vince and Mariano.
Thank you, Amanda. Again, that was David Gubala, Adidas sales reps for the Southwest. And let's be honest here. The Southwest team in America is Mexico.
It is Mexico. And we can see that every time the Mexican national team comes to this side of the state. The stadiums are jam-packed. I really like about this new Adidas kit, the color, the tradition, and what's behind the jersey. As a fan and as a former Mexican national team player, it really catches my attention. It makes me feel proud about what the players are going to wear in the World Cup.
I love the Quetzal because it's traditional, and when I mean traditional, I mean going way back in history.
Way back.
For Mexico. And you have some kits there.
Yes.
And one thing that you did say that kind of caught my ear was the green. That color green that they have reminds me of a very classic kit that you have.
Yes.
If you'd like to hold that up, if you are of the age that I am, and growing up in Southern California, this was the Mexico kit with the Aztec calendar. That color green. First players that come to mind when I see that kit, Mariano Trujillo. And then
Thank you.
Luis Hernandez.
There you go.
Zage,
Claudio
incredible
Suarez.
player. Again, growing up here in a generation of the 90s, the national team for the U.S. was getting there, but Mexico was really the team, and those were the guys I was watching, and that was the kid I was seeing week in and week out.
Yeah, and that World Cup, we play against the Netherlands, against Belgium, having amazing performance with this jersey. Then we played Germany and we couldn't beat him, but they had a great performance. From there, different players went to Europe. Luis Hernandez went to Boca Juniors. So it is always a big stage for players, and also it's important for players to wear the right kit and the right color. And I think, like the representative from Adidas said, the green, red, and white is very representative of the Mexican flag, and it feels different when you're wearing it as a player.
Well, look, as he said, the World Cup is when everyone gets together. You better wear your best.
Of course.
So what you and I did was talk about some teams that did bring their best. The best in the world, not just in the way they played, but in the kits that they had. And this list, you and I were pretty much just, each one was exact same. We had it down to a T. Let's start, though, with that kit that you had previously, the Mexico 1998 kit.
Well, I like that one because if it was iconic, the calendar, the Aztec calendar. But I really like this one. That's from the '86 Mexico World Cup. This is the only time that the Mexican national team have played the fifth game, the famous fifth
Quinto
game that we
partido.
haven't been able. Against Germany, again, we play in Monterrey. We couldn't beat him, but it was a very classic jersey. I really like that one. Hugo Sanchez wore that, Manuel Negrete, a lot of great players from the Mexican national team. I like that old school jerseys.
Okay, I do too. And I like the hairstyles back.
Yeah, actually, I'm trying to copy Hugo Sanchez.
You got?
So,
You,
yeah.
You just
I'm
need
trying.
a little more height.
I know.
A little more height. Okay, I think from there we're moving on to Holland, that 1974 kit. Holland is always classic in their kit. You know they're going to be orange. Johan Cruyff. Funny story about this though. We'll tell this, and I think Didas is okay with me telling this. Every other player for that Dutch national team, 3 stripes on their jersey. Johan Cruyff, if you'll notice, has 2 because he had a deal with a rival brand and forced them to allow him to wear 2. And when you're Johan Cruyff, you get away with those kinds
Wow. A couple of stories. I mean, Michael Jordan did the same thing. There's a famous Mexican player that wasn't part of that '86 World Cup because of the same reasons. So, well, but it's Johan Cruyff. I love that. I can wear that and go to the club with no problem.
I'll go with you.
There you go.
Okay. Let's go back. We've got another Mexican kid on here. It's from 2010, South Africa. I think that was probably their best showing. I know they made it basically the same distance. Mexico, one of the only teams. Actually, they are. It's them and Brazil, the only team for the last 20 years to make it out of the group.
Yeah, I really like that one. I like the second kid as well. It was the black one. It was the famous World Cup of no fue penal. It was in a PK.
You're right.
But yeah,
Was it?
they play really good. Excuse me?
Was it?
No, it wasn't a PK. Robin sold it. The referee bought it, and Rafa Marquez didn't even touch him. But anyway, I mean, like I like to say in Spanish, sin llorar. So there's no crying in football.
Right.
So I mean, but the kid was unbelievable, amazing. Gio dos Santos, Chicharito. It was a great World Cup for me.
That was where everyone came to know who Chicharito was.
There you go.
And I think in a lot of ways, this 2022 World Cup kit, it kind of takes a little bit off from that. It kind of resembles that to me. All right, let's move on. This one was mine, just because I love the Cameroonian lion on it. Cameroon 1990. When you think of Roger Millet in that kit with the lion, I mean, that is classic. You're talking about that Hugo Sanchez Mexico kit. That's classic.
Yeah, I agree with you. Especially with the different that it was at that age to see the African national teams performing. It was a surprise. It was a question mark how they were going to perform. And then players like Roger Milla, etc. Show the world that they can play soccer and in a fancy way.
Oldest player to score in a World Cup at the time. I believe he still is. Let's stick in 1990, West Germany. This is a classic kit. Obviously, of all the picks we've had, this is the kit that actually a team won in 1990 West Germany. That's classic. You don't like it.
I like that one, but I like the 1990. I think is the one that with more color in the chest.
You mean 90?
Italy. It was it was 1994. There you go.
94,
the 1994. The next one. Yeah, that's 1990 where they won with Lothar Matthews getting the trophy. But I like the other one better than this one. But I like this one.
I think a lot of Germans probably like that one because they won in it. Okay,
yeah, I agree.
Let's move on to another team that won in this kit. And we've already alluded to it because I talked about Zinedine Zidane, and he's the first player that comes to mind when I see that kit. It's 1998 France World Cup kit. The collar, the lines, the blue, the red. I mean, France always comes with fire.
Yes, I agree. Do you like this one better than the 1986 that Michel Platini wore? Pretty similar, without the lines in the front, but...
yeah, there's a theme here. A lot of teams going modern, classic for the time frame.
There you go, yeah.
And it seems to work out for them. So, look, Mexico is going kind of a modern classic. Hopefully it'll work out for them.
Hopefully.
Look, I don't really have a horse in the race with Italy out, so maybe I'll go back to my roots.
Yeah, the colors of the flag are pretty similar, so yeah.
Yep. And the last one that you and I absolutely said we had to have on this list, 2018 Colombia. And again, it's along that thread of a classic but modern, updated. Ooh.
Yeah, it was the 1994 kit that I really like about Colombia. And this, obviously, it's a little bit like that. It's an old school kit from Colombia, and obviously with James Rodriguez. I remember the performance in the kid, and I like Colombian kids. I don't like the yellow on the jersey.
You know, I saw Eddie Segura walking around here from LAFC somewhere,
really?
so
I'm
sure he loves that 2018 kit. But we're going to actually go back to Amanda right now, and we're going to move from one thing that we love, that you and I love, kits, to boots. And that's another thing we can talk for days about.
That's another level.
But Amanda is with Alexander Echeverria from Adidas, and he's going to talk about that boot launch. Let's talk about the new technology and the new boots. Amanda, what do you got?
Yeah, actually, guys, I'm actually here with Spencer Wallier, the Adidas soccer specialist, and he's going to talk to us about the new boots. But first, I want to say thank you so much for joining us today, Spencer.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I want you to talk to us about the new boot pack and what inspired the design.
Yeah, definitely. So we are launching our new game data pack, a lot of great colorways, and it's going to consist of our Copa Sense, our Predator Edge cleat, and then our brand new X Speed Portal boot. So the X Speed Portal is really going to be the focus of this pack. We're going to have a newly engineered upper that's actually more lightweight than any of our competitors on the market. We also have a carbon heel lock and stability wing that's really going to give those speed players the best performance. So really the inspiration was obviously to have really eye-catching design, but also to get that speed feel. So that's why we moved our 3 stripes a little bit closer up to the toe to give that kind of quick speed look.
You know, Adidas has always been an innovator of technology, and you've kind of touched on technology. Is there anything you want to add to that to let us know how this is really going to help athletes at the end of the day become better at the game?
Yeah, definitely. So not only that, but we also have a carbon fiber heel insert, which is really going to give you that propulsion and explosion that we're all looking for, right? And then, you know, other than the X Speed Portal, the Predator Edge, that's going to be all for playmakers. So if you want more swerve on the ball, you want more power behind your kicks, That's really what you're going to be looking for. And then last but not least, our Copa Sense. That's really for those touch players. So if you want that soft, catered touch right to your foot, like that's going to be your go-to. So it's really split into 3 silos. The X Speed Portal, the Predator Edge, and the Copa Sense. That really hits all 3 of those player feels.
Well, it sounds like you definitely have made something for everybody to wear, and I'm sure they're going to be so happy to have those on their feet. Thank you, Spencer, again for joining us today. It was a pleasure to talk to you today about these amazing boots.
Of course. And also, look out for Pro Soccer. They've got all the goods you guys are going to need. They'll have all 3 cleat franchises in every tier. So definitely go to Pro Soccer and support us at Adidas.
All right, thank you so much. Let's head back to Vince and Mariano.
All right, thank you, Amanda. And my apologies, that was Spencer Wallier from Adidas. And he's right. ProSoccer.com is where you're going to be able to find all those boots as well as that Mexico World Cup kit. Let me remind you, we've got a little tournament going on 5 stories above and our secret location right here next to the Burbank airport. And we're getting close to the final. There's money on the line. These kids want it. You know, there's some kids walking by and they said, will you interview me? I said, we're only interviewing the winners.
There you go.
So then a little added.
A little bit of incentive, yeah.
A little added incentive. All right, let's talk boots. I've been waiting all day to talk boots. I used to spend hours just looking at boot catalogs because I could look at them all day. I mean, I only wore 1 pair of boots per game, or not per game, I wish, per season, but I definitely wanted them all. So you and I have compiled a list of our favorite Adidas boots of all time. And I think you got to start with the king, the Predator.
The Predator, yeah. Well, I will say this before we start. I think the Copas, it's the classic Adidas boot. I think every soccer player wore that, but yes, I'm with you.
Yeah,
the Predators are.
The mania was like where boots really started to get stylish because it has technology, but look at the style on the boot.
Yeah, and the story about the little elastic around the tongue, it was David Beckham who did it by himself with the equipment manager, and then Adidas said, "Okay, let's do it," and it becomes a trend because after that, it's like I want all my cleats to look like that because it was pretty cool. Yeah, but I agree with you.
Yep. And speaking of David Beckham, there's his 2002 white classic Beckham. So many free kicks with that, and I do remember that we used to buy these little elastic bands that would actually just hold down your boot, and then Adidas finally was like, we got you.
Exactly.
We got you.
A funny story about that one. I was in Chile, and I was sponsored by another brand at that time, but I saw the boot, and it's like, I have to buy it. And it was Adidas store in Chile, and we passed by. It's like, you know what, I need to go back and get those boots, and I bought those David Beckham boots, the white ones.
That's how awesome those boots were. You had your own boots, but you had to go out and use your own money to buy those.
Yeah, those were cool.
These are some of my favorite boots, the Adipures, and this is the first version of them. I love them. You talked about Copas. This was kind of the Copas on steroids, but it still had that pillowy, soft leather. I know the kids don't like leather anymore, but you and I used to play with leather boots.
I love leather boots, so I used to. Now I'm more like synthetic because of they're lighter, etc. But these are classic. You know, they look, and they released these when everything was colored. And when you were wearing these, you look like, okay, this guy might be either older or he knows how to kick the ball.
What's cool about these boots when you go through them is everyone's kind of attached to a player that you think of. Like we talked about Beckham with those manias. The Adipures to me are Alessandro Del Piero, just kind of a classy player. The next one, the 2017 Nemesis, I think it's the precursor to the Messi boots. So you think of Messi in these. Who else am I thinking of that? I feel like Angel Di Maria wore these at one time.
Yeah, I think he did.
I never wore these. Did you ever?
I did.
What did you like about them?
Well, I like that. First of all, no laces. I was very skeptical in the beginning because I switched to Adidas in my last years of my soccer career, and I wore those, and it's like, I don't know, no laces, but they were amazing. They feel super comfortable, tight on your foot. You have a lot of sensibility where you were kicking, and the stability. They were super light. Super light. That was amazing. I love them.
All right, now we're getting into those speed boots. These are the moderns. These are the Ferraris. The F50 Adi 03, which was one of my picks. I actually had these boots. These were my first synthetic boots.
Okay.
And I was like you. I'm weary. I'm like, I don't know. I like my leather food. I like cleaning up my boots before. But you're right. They're lighter. They're responsive. They don't warp. and they just look fast.
They're easier to clean as well.
Yes.
You know, for the equipment manager, for the kid guy over there with the teams. I remember with the leather ones, it was hours and hours cleaning them. With these ones, just a little swipe and that's it.
Professional problems, the equipment manager. It was me cleaning my boots. We didn't have that. But let's move on to the 2011 F50 Adizero Prime. This was one of your picks. This is another boot that makes me think of Lionel Messi.
Yes.
He's had some good boots over the years.
Yeah, actually, this is the first boot that I wore, Adidas boot that I wore, and it was a transition from one brand to another. I never went back to the other brand. I loved these ones. I trained with these. I was asking Adidas to change the colors for every single game depending on the kit that we're wearing. They gave me the oranges, the yellow ones, those. I love this boot. Till today, that's my favorite boot.
Still your favorite boot?
Still my
today.
favorite, yes.
I think a lot of players love that boot too. It just, again, makes you look fast. The touch on the ball. We've talked about this. You love a boot where you can really feel the ball.
Exactly. And inside, they had a little bit of leather. So it was synthetic on the outside, leather inside. So you had that same feeling of, okay, I'm wearing leather, but it's not leather. Yeah. The whole boot.
Okay, this one is the king for me because I think this is where I really started to notice boots. 1998, the Predator. These are on Zinedine Zidane, and of course, my favorite player once again, Alessandro Del Piero. I remember had a white pair for the 1998 World Cup, and I wanted them so badly, but they were like the pro model. You don't get those. So I remember those, and that, to me, those are the king. I know a lot of people love those. They're hard to find now.
Do you remember the gold ones?
The gold ones were the Zidane ones.
The Zidane
they remade them from. Yeah,
yes,
beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, I love those. I never wore those, but I really like the style.
Yeah, class with some technology.
There you go.
Class with some. Okay, we're gonna go back to our partner in crime, Amanda. She's out there. She's out there with the barber. We've kind of alluded to there was going to be a barber here. She's out there with Byron Ruiz. Amanda, what are you and Byron up to? Whose hair is he cutting?
I don't know. Whose hair are you cutting right now?
Whose hair am I cutting right now? You mind saying your name, brother? Yeah, Angel Reconco.
This is Angel. Yes, he's getting his hair cut by Byron Ruiz from All Hail Studios. And I'm just going to ask him a good question. Like, you look good, you feel good, you play good. How important is it to have a good haircut so that you feel confident and ready to go both on the pitch and in everyday life?
Yeah, I would say it's extremely important. Exactly what you just said is what I say to every single one of my clients, and they believe it through and through. They definitely feel so much better. They get compliments. They play better if they're playing soccer. They play better if they're doing music. Any single part of any single industry, if they feel good, they're going to do it well. If they have the most confidence. And a haircut definitely boosts your confidence, for sure.
I'd say by the looks of this guy's haircut right now, he's going to score a hat trick later today.
Oh, for sure.
So, all right. Well, thank you. Wow. Well, that is quite the goalie. It's going to be that good. All right. Thank you, Byron, so much for talking to us, and you look fantastic. Back to you guys, Vince and Mariano.
Yeah, we gotta let Byron do his work. I know he's sitting there, his client's like.
Yeah, I know. I don't want the goalkeeper to have like two crooked lines on the left, one on the right. Yeah, go ahead, go to your craft, Byron.
But like she said, look good, feel good, play good. We've gone over the kit. We've got some beautiful kits. We've gone over the boots. I think the hair, you got to have it. And there's been some hairstyles, we'll say, at World Cup. Some that, you remember kits, you remember boots. There's been some hairstyles that I think we can remember. So you and I put another one of our famous lists together. Let's start with one that it breaks either way for people. Either you loved it or hated it. 2002, Ronaldo, the original R9.
That was crazy.
What do you call that?
Why? Why would you do that? Half of the hair? I don't know the story behind this, but it looked terrible. But a lot of kids were doing that after Ronaldo did, right?
Yeah, kids around the world had picked that up. They did not care. It's Ronaldo. Did you have any inklings that you thought maybe I should try it?
No, not that one. Not that one.
Not that one. Oh, other ones on the list. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so jumping from that to I think one that jumped off and definitely became a cultural phenomenon. And I think a lot of people liked it, although I think we've soured on it since. Beckham in 2002 with the faux hawk.
Yeah.
The faux hawk has probably been ruined by a lot of people in clubs, but at the time, this was a big deal. because it was a classic, but he kind of made it his own.
He made it his own, and it was classic David Beckham. It was style on the field. He was an amazing soccer player, but he was probably the first one to be aware of what was around the game in terms of marketing. So he was aware of everything: the tattoo, the hair, the earpiece, everything. So yeah, that's iconic.
Yeah, Beckham from head to toe. You always
yeah.
wondered what, for that first World Cup game, what is he going to look like? What's he wearing? Where are his boots? Does he have more tattoos? Is he in a long sleeve kit? It was so many things with Beckham all the time.
Without a doubt, yes. And the hairstyle was. I did that once.
Of course you did.
Of course I had.
Of course you did. We all did. I had a walk at one time. It's okay. It's okay. We're okay. We're in a safe space. We can talk.
Okay.
I don't think either of us ever had this, but this was definitely a haircut that stood out. Taribo West, 1998, with Nigeria, the Screaming Eagles.
What is that?
I mean, it's cool. It's not for me.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna ask Mariano. How do you even do that? It was different, I will say. It's a distraction for forwards. You're like playing against Taribo West. He's huge. He's strong. He's a very good soccer player. And with that hairstyle, it's like, what is this guy doing?
Well, and since then, Nigeria, the kits have gone fire. Like, it's everything. Nigeria is all about style. So Taribo West can probably take some credit. He's like, look, I'm bringing the hairstyle. I got the kit. Let's go. And now Nigeria is just off and running from there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was, as a player, you have to be creative on and off the field, and that's part of the game as well. It wasn't the present time, but at that time it was new for players to add something to their hairs, and the colorful matching the kid. It was amazing. It was impressive.
Well, and to your point, when you're Taribo West and you're a good player, you're a strong player, no one's going to tell you, hey, you're spending too much time on your hair. Let's move on. This is one of my favorites. Roberto Baggio, the divine ponytail. Obviously, it ended in a bad way for him in '94, but that ponytail was so iconic. I'm sure a lot of kids in Italy wanted their hair kind of braided with the ponytail. I remember when he cut it off, and it was almost like the world gasps. It was when he wanted to kind of reinvent himself. He cut it off when he went to Bologna.
Okay.
When he kind of reinvented his career. And I remember everyone was like,
what happened to the El Divino?
It was Samson. Samson without his hair. Is he going to be as good? Well, guess what? He was. He was as good.
Yeah. No, I tried to do that a couple of times. It didn't work. But yeah, I mean, first you have to play like Baggio to do something like that to your hair. But it was iconic, Roberto Baggio.
Do you think anybody ever looked at him and said, it's just a rat tail, bro?
No, I don't think. I think Baggio, in a different way, it was pretty much as David Beckham. Probably without the fanfare and the spotlight being on Roberto Baggio, but at that time, Serie A was the best league in the world. The best league in the world. So Roberto Baggio was one of the best in Serie A.
Just drooping down over. Yeah, you know what he's thinking? He's like, I don't need you to see my name on the back of my jersey. You know who it is.
You know what? I might bring that back. I might bring that back for this World Cup.
Well, you're going to have to keep growing your hair then.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I have time. It grows fast.
Actually, I want you to bring this back. 1994, Carlos Valderrama.
Wow.
What? Just the flow. He looks, first of all, the beautiful Colombian jersey, which represents the sun. His hair represents, I mean, it's glowing, it's golden.
It's perfect. Everything matches. The hair, the armband, the captain armband, the skills. It was sad in 1994 what happened with the Colombian national team. Mm-hmm. But before the World Cup, that team was flying, and part of it was El Pibe Valderrama, and of course his iconic hairstyle.
Yeah, Valderrama, I think Baggio, Valderrama both kind of symbolize the 90s hair that we're going to see going forward. I know there's been some guys in the past like Caniggia had great hair. Batistuta, Maradona even had great hair. But those guys, you could almost just silhouette them and you would know exactly who they were. That was iconic.
Hey, hey guys. Hey, I've got Byron back here, and I'm hearing some talking, and I think he has something he would like to say to you.
Oh, for sure. I noticed that there's someone here in the building that needs maybe a little bit of a trim, a little haircut, clean up. You know, someone by the name of.
Well, are you talking about Mariano?
I am. Mariano definitely.
I would love to do it, but I have to go to work tomorrow, so I have to keep my pretty hair like this. So I'm not sure.
Well, I know it's always easy to come up with excuses, but you know, as a professional, that doesn't fly. That doesn't fly.
Oh my
Gotta
God.
come over here.
All right.
I think he even said he would do it for free if you came over here.
You know what? When
Come
they
on.
challenge me, it's
do it for
on. So
free.
yeah, I'm going. I'm going.
Well,
Okay.
When they
I'm
said
going.
somebody
I'm going.
needs a haircut, you knew
Yeah,
they
yeah.
weren't talking about me.
Yeah, well,
Unfortunately.
yeah. I kind of felt that. All
There
right,
you go.
Let me go. Let me go. I'll go.
I feel a little left out. I gotta say,
It's for free. That's the best part.
that is the best part.
All right, Byron.
He'll get you good for your.
Brother. All right,
whatever
let's
you're
do it.
doing on
Let's do
TV.
it. What are you gonna do? Nothing crazy.
Yeah, we need lightning bolts.
good. Let's do it.
He said MT19 is his new logo.
Yeah.
So we'd
Don't give him any ideas, Vince, please.
Hey,
Uh,
I'm a little upset that no
what?
one wanted to cut my hair.
Yeah, that's good. I want to leave the length of right here on the top, right here on the sides. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, perfect. I'll make it nice and clean for you.
Awesome. All right, all right. Oh, let's see, let's see. I'm a little nervous, but I trust Byron.
Don't be nervous.
Okay, I've seen what he's done throughout the whole day. Happy kids. I have to go to work tomorrow, so I have to be presentable. I trust you. I trust you, man.
That's right.
All right, amazing. We're getting to the end of this amazing event. I think the final is about to start. I can see the kids, the Mexican kids. I'm gonna try to get one of those. When they go to the final, they might leave them over there. So if you're missing one, it might be me. Don't tell anybody. The boots, I'm 8.5, so maybe a couple of boots. Oh, you know what? It feels good. Actually, I think I'm gonna be happy with the final result, Byron. Do I need to take these off? Okay, cool.
We'll work on it last.
All right, all right. What has been the craziest haircut that you've done? That you're doing today?
Today, I did a few designs. I got to do some designs on some kids. You could tell definitely soccer players, so I added a little bit of flair. Hopefully, yeah, I'm sure they play with a bit of flair too. So
Thank you
it
so
goes
much.
hand in hand.
That's true.
Thank you so much to XRM.
You have to walk it like you talk it. So if you play a good soccer player, you need a good
Today you get
haircut.
to present Big Together.
All right, guys.
$2,500 check. to
A
their
lot of
African
kids around
program.
here looking at me. I'm not sure if that's good or not. All right, guys.
Get a taper on the sides.
Yeah, yes.
Nice,
Throughout
I
the
got you.
players.
Awesome. All right, guys. I'm finishing here. I'm feeling good. Everything looks good. Why don't we go with you guys where the action is? Back to you, Vince, Amanda.
All right, Mariano's finishing up with his haircut. He's feeling a lot better now, thank goodness.
Wow, that was wild. I'm so glad I wasn't the one being called out. That could have been a little rough. But hey, I'm glad he got to get his hair looking so fly today.
Yeah, we're not getting haircuts, but we've got some champions behind us
Yes,
from our
we
5v5
do.
tournament. They're holding up their $2,500 check. They've just been awarded.
That's amazing.
You're gonna get a chance to interview one of the winning players. This has been an incredible event. Could you imagine playing again 5 stories up from right next to the Burbank airport? You got the hills behind you, and then not only that, it's in front of all these Adidas people. It's in front of a former professional soccer player.
Yes.
And you win some money.
I mean, it's an incredible atmosphere right now. I never had an opportunity like this when I was growing up. I hope that they are soaking it all in because, again, I mean, Eddie Segura here. We've got some celebrities in the house, and these kids are doing their thing out here on the pitch, and it's amazing.
Well, just imagine if they remember back, or they make it professional one day, and they remember back that they played 5v5 on top of a parking structure. I mean, this could be a launching pad for some of these players.
This could be the first of very many of these to come, and I imagine it's going to get bigger. We might need to find a bigger parking garage.
Yes. So whoever Amanda interviews, who is the MVP of the tournament, remember the name.
Yes.
Because you might be seeing them. Let's say, soccer players start pretty young. Let's say 7 years from now on the world stage.
That would be amazing to see that. So yeah, you're right. Write that down because I no doubt we're going to see these kids doing some amazing things on the big stage for sure.
Okay, so I'm going to step out in just a moment. Amanda's going to stick around with you guys, and she's going to interview the MVP of our 5v5 tournament for our Adidas event here. Again, we've been launching the 2022 Mexico World Cup kit as well as the boot pack launch. But actually, before I go to you, Amanda, to the MVP, let's check in again on Mariano. How's that haircut going, Mariano?
It's going amazing. We've been sharing. I have a story for you guys. My dad was a barber when he was in Mexico City. So we were talking about that with Byron. and all the experiences. When I was a little kid, I used to go to the barber shop and help my dad. So this is kind of like a second dream to me, right? So it's amazing to be able to combine soccer and haircuts. So back to you guys.
Hey guys, I'm here with David, the MVP of this amazing event. David, could you tell me what it was like playing up here in this atmosphere with all these amazing people and this view?
Just good. I like the vibes around here and the nice breeze that we get up here. And it's just fun playing the sport you love.
Yeah, you guys did an amazing job. Who was your favorite player right now?
My whole team, we all did good and played our hardest. And we won, so that's good.
Oh, I love that. Do you have a favorite pro athlete right now?
I'm gonna have to go with Messi.
That is a very, very wise choice. I love that. Well, again, congratulations to you. You've got some really nice hardware here to take home with you. And I hope to see you again, hopefully maybe on the big stage at some point, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to send it back to Mariano and see how he's doing.
All right, guys, we're sharing some stories about it's getting great. I really want to go over there and see if I can get part of that check, at least the medal or something like that. But first, I need to look good, so we're working on that. We're working on that, guys.
Trophy. Look your best.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
good.
just need a kit and some boots, and I'm ready to go back to the field beans.
Good. Well, speaking of field, I've got a real pro with me. Eddie Segura has joined me. You got a chance to hand the trophy to those kids. What's it like seeing them happy with the trophy?
Yeah, that's really good. I enjoy with the kids. I was a kid too, and yeah, everyone dreamed big, and yeah, I hope they can go through for. Sorry. You can do it.
You're good.
Sorry.
Hey, okay, just for everyone, Eddie here, obviously his first language coming from Colombia, Spanish. He's speaking in English for me because my Spanish is so bad. So he's doing me a big favor by speaking in English because he knows I will not be able to do this interview in Spanish. So thank you. Let me ask you one more question. This field, where we are, could you imagine playing football up here?
No, nunca. Yo creo que eso. Hacer todo así como lo hacen, muy especial, más para los niños, y yo creo que todos lo disfrutamos. Como lo dije ahorita, yo fui un niño y pues la verdad que lo disfruto mucho estar cerca de ellos porque también pasé por esa etapa y pues estoy muy feliz de compartir con todos.
I mean, I got a little bit, but Chris, our producer's got it.
He was saying he could never imagine playing on a field like this growing up. He thinks it's amazing that these kids get this opportunity, this privilege to play this game they love up here. It's such a unique event. He thinks it's awesome.
All right. Well, thank you, Eddie. Thank you for being here. I know the kids love seeing you, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to toss one last time to Mariano, who's back there at the barber. Let's see how much closer we are to the final product here. Mariano, what do we got?
We're close. We're done with the left side. We're going to the right side.
Oh,
what an amazing surprise for the kids.
We'll do one side.
No. I have to do both. Yeah, I have to go to work tomorrow, guys, so I need to look presentable. And Byron is doing an amazing job. What a great surprise for the kids to have Eddie Segura. What an amazing player, my parcero colombiano. So say hi to him, please. But we're finishing here.
Okay, well, Mariano's going to finish up, and we are finishing up here on this whole event. This has been great. Amanda's back with me. Amanda, did you have fun?
Oh my gosh, what a fantastic way to spend a Wednesday evening. This was so much fun, and I know everyone here seems like they had an amazing time, and I hope this is an annual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make that happen.
I think we could try to make that happen. I mean, this field's going to be here. It's not going anywhere.
It is definitely not going anywhere. Hopefully we can do it when it wasn't like 100 degrees in the middle of the day, but it was a fantastic event and so many amazing people here. And I'm always so humbled when I see people playing soccer because it's something that I just cannot do at all.
I'll teach you.
I cannot. I'm a volleyball player here. I used my hands. I did not use my feet.
Okay, well, maybe you could be a goalkeeper.
Maybe I could.
Yeah, we'll teach you. You have plenty of time. We'll maybe get some secret games going on up here in this secret location. But I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank Adidas. I want to remind you guys everything that you saw, the kits, the boots, that Mexico kit, the new boot pack is all going to be available at prosoccer.com, so check that out. And let's look at the schedule for what we've got coming up for 110 football the rest of the week. I believe we have a watch party on Saturday at LAFC. We're going to be watching Eddie Segura take on Sporting Kansas City. And then, of course, the Monday shows, I'll be back for LAFC 360. Amanda will be here for Angels Wear Boots. We'll be breaking down the matches from the weekend. That's 1 p.m. for LAFC 360, 4 p.m. for Angels Wear Boots. That's on 110 Football's YouTube channel. Guess what? You're already there. So maybe you just subscribe and you won't miss those shows on Monday. It's been great here. One more time, I want to thank Adidas. This has been the launch party for the 2022 Mexico World Cup kit, as well as World Cup boot pack. And I want to thank Mariano. Hopefully his haircut's done and hopefully he looks good. I know he does. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.